Hey chat. We're gonna continue on with our friendly local Melbourne baristas who dabble in necromancy. Alright, it's in this first person section, Orb. Now I have a question, why is this thing running at like 35 frames per second? Well, let's head on downstairs. Smash that continue button. Day 2. Oh yeah, right, so things started at 5 PM. It's been, what, 7 hours since? Rise and shine. Don't wanna. Shouldn't waste your last hours on Earth sleeping. Man, I was hoping that I was having a really long, weird dream. No, sorry, no such luck. Still having trouble getting my head around it. Dead? I totally understand. Want a coffee? Some sneaky dark corridor in the cafe? Yeah! Just something simple. Hipster coffee coming right up. It's called a flat white, mate. What's going on downstairs? Didn't even know you had it downstairs. There's more to this place than meets the eye. And he's down there desperately trying to fix our debt situation. Sounds like she's hosting a cage match or something. Well, not exactly. But she's mentioned wanting to do that. There's some wrestler called the Red Comet. Wouldn't stop talking about. And then, because of that, Ashley got obsessed with wrestling for a bit and kept trying to suplex me. Did she manage to? She's tiny. A couple of times. It was humiliating. Yeah, I can imagine. Man, what kind of hipster shoes are these? But to properly answer your question, Manny's running a gambling ring. What? Okay. Downstairs? All by herself? It's a fairly unconventional one. And by unconventional, you mean mortals generally aren't involved. Stakes are higher than usual. Wait, is this guy wearing random sandals? He died with sandals? Who dies with sandals, man? Coffee's ready. Come over and get it. Come get some. They gamble for time, among other things. You don't sound like you're a huge fan of the idea. I'm not. It's undignified. I mean, as long as Maddie's not in danger, shouldn't it be fine? Council doesn't like it. Turn a blind eye because we don't cause trouble otherwise. But I'd rather not have to worry about bad things coming our way. Because Maddie refuses to approach the problem from a different angle. By the problem, you mean the debt, right? I was pretty drunk, but I think I remember Maddie storming off after Ned turned up. Yep. I'm a bit worried about her. Wish I could help. You all seem pretty nice. Thoughts appreciated. Maddie will figure it out eventually though. Just needs time. TY for the coffee, by the way. Just realized they haven't actually made me pay for a bunch of them. How do you expect to pay for them? You don't have money on you, dude. No cash. If I were feeling particularly capricious, I'd ask you to pay in time. You're a nice kid. You need every minute you've got. You wanna head downstairs? See your eyes darting to the stairs. I'm not going down, but I'm not gonna stop you either. Yeah, if that's okay. Go on then, I'll stick up here. Catch you in a bit. The stairs that led down to the basement were solid and well. Smooth rods on each step, a handrail that had been polished to a silky sheen through years of use. The world likes stairwells, but okay. People never lingered in them for long, and he'd found a place to catch it. Wasn't obsessed with them. That'd be weird. Definitely appreciated a nice set of stairs. Right. Further reflection was probably a little weird. Yeah, just a bit, right? Downstairs, Maddie's audience clamored for blood. Even the dead find blood sports compelling. From you to me? With the understanding that your remaining moments on this plane are limited, surrender this time freely without coercion as agreed. Contract fulfilled, you're free to go. Whew. That's 3 in a row, you bloodthirsty bastards. The crowd cheered. Maddie was clearly an expert at winding them up into a frenzy. How many people are even down here? Who's next? The room fell dead silent. Come on, isn't there anyone here brave enough to challenge me? But you came here to play with knives, pansies. Seriously, anyone? Don't hold out on me. Cough. I need to pick someone out from the crowd then. Is this what we've come to? An evil gaze swept the audience. Kishan, good to see you upright. Interested in a game of skill? Me? Yes, you. Oh, sure. Give me some enthusiasm, my man. Sure. What's the game? 5-finger fillet. Some of the people here just call it the knife game. You heard of it? Oh, finally, something I'm good at. So this guy's good at knives. He's good with knives. Oh. Episode 3. Rise and shine. You've got a lot of knives in this place. Tell me about it. Damn, this thing has a good weight to it. Of course, I wouldn't make you compete with an inferior tool. Huh. What? Sorry, I was waiting for you to segue into calling me an inferior tool. That was low hanging fruit, wasn't it? Next time, mate. Sure. Kishan did another experimental slash, and this time he made an audible whoosh. Spectators wouldn't argue. This wasn't for them. He knew that he only had one shot to get accustomed to the blade. You done showing off? Nothing wrong with putting on a little show. Sounds like you're stalling for time. Getting cold feet, perhaps? Not a chance. Let's get started then. You know what you're wagering? Jay mentioned something about you gambling with time. It's not a gambling if it's a game of skill. That's besides the point. We're both wagering 4 hours. Oh, she got 4 hours. Like what? Like, I don't know, is it because of it's like the debt that's wagered on? Like that she's got accrued on the cafe? Anyway. If you win, it comes from the cafe's balance. Yeah, there we go. It comes from the cafe's balance. If I win, it comes from yours. You've got around 16 hours left, in case you weren't keeping track. Those are some evil eyes right there. Only that many? Want a little extra time to play with then? Yep. Stop wasting it and get this over with. Sure you know what you're getting into? Most people are pretty shy about playing with the time they have left, especially when their tank's running on empty as yours. Yep, come on. So you're getting code. Oddly. 30 seconds. Actually, you know what? I don't get the motivation. Like, this guy is like, sure, you're good with knives, but you know the situation this girl's in. Why would you want to win time off of her when she's already in trouble and lacks time? And you don't need these additional 4 hours even if you win anyway. Smack the timer when you're ready. Cool. Cool. Crowd cheered and Kishan fed off their enthusiasm. In response, Maddie leaned back and tapped a finger on the table, in impatience. He met her eyes, grinned, and continued his performance. His stabbing motion got faster as he went, point narrowly missing each of his fingers. Stabs, strong enough to drive the knife a millimeter or two into the table, were good if you wanted to put on it. Of course, giving the spectators a show was part of the fun. You might be going fast enough to put on a show, but you're not going fast enough to win. How'd it go? 16 cents if I counted correctly. Whoa! I couldn't do 16. Tell me Maddie beat me with. You gonna lose? Nah, she's gonna kick his ass. Feeling good about that result? Certainly am. Righto then. Those are the eyes, those are the typical anime eyes of someone who's about to lay into someone. Righto, watch closely then. Oh, I will. 16. One. 3. 7. 11. Wait, what progression is this? 1, it's 2, difference of 2. It's a 4. It's a 4 again? Wait, what? I'm confused. I don't get the pattern of this number set. Oh ja, she's unbeatable. Is that magic? She could cheat if she wanted to. No, she's just that good. Didn't even know what he was getting into. Sorry, mate. Beat me fair and square. Pretty impressed. I aim to please. I'll be taking those hours now if you don't mind. Sure, how does this work? Just like this. You won't feel a thing. Ow. Someone in the crowd laughed. Sorry, I lied. Done now, though. Alright. Does anyone else dare to compete with me? Come on, looking for some actual decent opposition here. I'll take any challenge. Even if it's chess or something. Is she like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where she's just good at all games? Any challenge? I challenge you. Get everyone a drink. Oh, it's Shay, right, lol. Rounds on me. Didn't realize you were watching. Wasn't anything happening upstairs and I got bored. Took some hours from Kishan, huh? Yes, I did. Feel good about that? Okay. You? Won them fair and square. Didn't know what he was getting into. There's an obvious power imbalance here that exploiting. He knew the rules. Doesn't change anything. It led him to believe that he'd get some extra time. And? Barring a miracle on his part, that absolutely wasn't going to happen. It doesn't matter. He's just passing through. A couple hours won't make any difference. Maddie, I'm disappointed in you. Patrons respect us. We need to earn that respect by treating them with respect ourselves. This is not respectful or dignified. Eating vulnerable passes through out of their time, we're above that. Better than that. I don't care whether you think it's dishonest or not. I want you to give that poor man his time back. Don't pout, this is serious. Hold on, chat. I think the volume here could be a tiny wee bit higher. Maybe that. Actually, maybe that's too much. Hold on. Tiny wee bit. There we go. Don't pout, this is serious. I feel like a broken record saying this. While I understand your intentions are good, you can't keep doing these things. It's all for you. You really want to do this for me? Find another way. This isn't worth it, Maddie. It breaks my heart to see you like this, and I know that you're trying your hardest. This really truly is not worth sacrificing your self-respect over. Everyone here respects you. You gambling with hours just cheapens that. We'll give the hours back. Shame, I was pretty great with the knife. Still not as good as me. Be close. You know, at this point, it almost doesn't matter what I pick, I feel. Ooh, good spread. Radio, I don't have enough to read through this yet. That's fine. Wandering Spirit, Fight Club, eh? Kishan's footsteps echoed in a way that startled him. Are his footsteps always so loud? Perhaps it was just the contrast with the surrounding environment, which seemed completely silent. Wait, what? Which seemed to completely silent. They're missing a B. Someone didn't proofread. It made his footsteps seem so jarringly loud as he walked. He was on a catwalk. What was he on a catwalk? There seemed to be a gaping space below. Below him, filled with some sort of mist that he couldn't see through. It was fog-like. Yet despite the fog that lapped at his feet, it felt so dry. It was thick here. As he breathed heavily, Kishan felt an overwhelming, sweet, sickly odor. The smell of wet oak. Wet or rotting wood. But all he could see around him were steel beams and a concrete path of... Was it rust he was smelling? No, he knew the smell of it. This was different. The smell was somehow organic. The smell of a forest after a Kishan shivered. Far in the distance, he could see what looked like a building of some sort. So far away that it made the structure he was inside almost tunnel-like, as if its only purpose was to convey him to that distant building. He continued walking forward, but as he walked, the building seemed to be growing more and more distant. He quickened his pace, and as he walked faster, he could feel himself moving through the thick, stifling air. As he looked down, he could see the texture of the catwalk, as though he was walking in place. Kishan started to turn backward, and saw only a blinding light. His eyes immediately shut, and when he opened them, he was again facing into the tunnel, a distant building at the center of his field of view. He tried running around. What? He tried turning around, but every time he tried to turn his head, he involuntarily shut at the sight of the light, and he was forced to close his eyes or look away, always confronted again with the sight of the small his eyes. His heart pounded violently inside of his chest. The tunnel was so quiet that he could hear his own heartbeat, his own pulse inside of his head. Something about this place felt deeply incredible. Get back. I have to get back. He tried turning again, and this time, found himself unable to even begin retaining his body before his eyes snapped shut, placing him again in the world of the darkness. Until he opened them again, and was confronted with the sight of a small hut in the distance, now looking more far away than ever. I have to get back. Shan kept facing the building and took a step backward. As he placed his foot on the ground, he felt a gust of wind knock him forward. Got out in terror. Instinctively, his hands reached for the opposite edges of the catwalk as he fell, and steadied himself for a fall. The catwalk was wide enough that his body didn't land close enough to the edge. That to have been a risk, and yet as he looked towards the edge, he felt a growing sense of dread. Something down there that would capture him. He allowed it to, even the smallest hold. Almost as he thought it, he felt the sensation of something pressing against his legs. He stumbled to his feet. He ran forward, ahead of him seemed to grow no closer as he ran, but he ran all the same, running not to reach a destination, but be away from what it was. Moments ago, his only thought was an overwhelming desire to turn back, that he somehow trapped in here. Now that worry was replaced with an overwhelming sense of dread from forward. He had been pushed forward by something. Something was behind him. Shan leaned forward. Was no road. Yeah, of course, he was like wearing like dodgy sandals. He often found himself winded when forced to climb more than one flight of stairs. And yet he ran and felt no sense of tiredness holding him to catch his breath. Maybe it was the thick air here that somehow never allowed him to run out of breath. Maybe it was that the fear of whatever was behind him was that strong. Shan felt the air stinging at his eyes as he ran. Now he was running so fast that the thick air felt like his face. He began running down his face, but he couldn't find it in him to raise a hand to wipe his eyes. That would mean slowing his sprint. He closed his eyes, fully aware that he was running down a catwalk that handrail on the side. At this point he didn't care. He ran and ran. Long after the tears on his face had dried, Kishan realized that he could hear only the sound of his feet. They struck the catwalk. He couldn't even hear the rush of wind, even as it seemed to buffet his face. There were no sounds of anything pursuing him. Perhaps there was no pursuer at all. He allowed himself to open his eyes and look down. Looked over his shoulder. This time there was no blinding light, only a distant glow. The light at the end of the long tunnel. In a way, it was the light at the end of the long tunnel, and it was observing the distant light. Chan suddenly realized just how far he'd ran. He turned around and saw the building right in front of him. It had windows that were covered, the same fog that covered the ground around him. Chan reached for the door handle, half expected it to be locked, and felt a moment of panic as the handle bowed under the pressure of his hand. Was he ready to face whatever was on the other side of that door? Did he even want to enter? Did he have a choice? Man, so many questions! He looked down the tunnel and suddenly felt cold. Oh. He went in. What was this even about? Dude, you're in a cafe right now. Like, how did Kishan even wind up in that spot? This thing is cray and weird. For Battle Royale Robots Power Rankings. Alpha Charlie Echo. Ace. All of the commentators call this spot a Robot Ace, probably because it's so good. It seems biased for them to call one particular Robot Ace, but it's obvious how it got its things all the time. At first it looks like this bot doesn't even have a weapon, it's just designed to be really fast and agile. And you realize that its entire body is a weapon for ramming into unsuspecting people. Okay. Don't need a flamethrower buster if you just have a 150 kilogram body and can ram into people really fast. Yeah, that's true. This probably wouldn't work very well for me because I don't weigh 150 kilograms and I'm pretty small. Alright. Alright, yeah, crowbar and then if someone tries it. Yup. Okay, yup. Yup. Cool. What a pointless journal. Oh, I've got one of each. Let's unlock this. Product reviews of this coffee machine. And there's like 5 different reviews of this. Why? Why am I spending time reading like dumb product reviews? Now that, my friends, is a proper product review. 5 out of 5. What's good about it? I don't care if it's a good coffee machine or not. It's just got a good color. We just went from like 12 PM to 5 PM. Okay. You right? Yes? Cool. Mind if I join you? Durry? Yo bro, I don't smoke. You want a durry? No. I'm sorry. Durry. Puffin now. Cigarette. Wanna smoke? Nah. It's hard to believe if you're Aussie and you don't know what a durry is. Kishan, are you even from Australia, mate? Yeah, sure. Sorry, it's been a weird day. Thanks. No worries. Where you from then? Huh. You're the first to ask. I live in Collingwood. Sounds like it's a hipsterish place now these days. Oh yeah? Whereabouts? Smith Street. Pricey up there these days, isn't it? You like your avo toast? Can't afford your mortgage, huh? Huh? Piss off. Yep, that's right, piss off. Got housemates. Well, I know what you mean. Bit odd being dead and all that. Takes some getting used to. People keep saying that, but it doesn't make me feel any better. I understand. Do you? I reckon as much as anyone can, yeah? Right. Hey, what's avo toast actually taste like? Just like creamy toast, man. Huh? I've never had it. Can you go out and just eat some? Not with that helmet. Well, Manny could whip it up if you asked. Avocados are a highly malevolent fruit. Really? What? Don't trust them one bit. Yeah, exactly. You've got this whole helmet thing situation. Ah, so that's what the straw is for. Got it. What does it taste like? You know, like avocado and toasted bread. Avocado is kind of cold and mushy, but it's got a good taste. Peas? Definitely better than peas. Leave me a bowl of peas, mate. What? Really? Pretty sure that wasn't Ned Kelly though. What? Because they're the only thing you can eat through a straw? Watch yourself. Zap me with Death Council powers? First off, it's the Council of Death, not a Death Council. Totally different thing. Secondly, you really think that's what we do? Around shooting lightning out of our fingers? Well, when you put it like that, it sounds a bit silly, yeah. Don't do anything like that. Just keep things running smoothly, is all. Harassing cafe owners to settle their time debt isn't something we do. Just keep the peace. As ironic as that is, Ned keeps the peace. Dude, I know. One another. Sure. I love the sunrises here. They're alright. Any sunrises, Ned? Not enough, no? Even semi-immortals need their sleep. Just like to sit here and watch it. Even when it's cloudy or raining, there's just something about watching the sunrise that makes it easy to deal with the coming day. Feeling optimistic all of a sudden? No, I still feel like crap. But you, Kishan? Kishan? I don't feel great. Still having a lot of trouble. As I'm dead and I've only got a couple hours left before I have to go, and I don't think anyone here really properly understands what it's like to see a last sunrise ever. Any idea of what comes next, and that's really terrifying. Never gonna see my friends or my boyfriend or my family again. It's gonna pass on and I'll never know how they're gonna be. He's a good dude. Tried his best, or it's be forgotten in a year. That good dude who tried his best couldn't even win a freaking game of Laughing a Fillet in the basement of a cafe that basically sits on the banks of the Styx as far as I can tell. I can't even tell if that matters. Are the stakes low? High? I can't tell. I'm so disoriented. Disoriented? I'm trying so desperately to feel something. All I feel is that I'm slipping away with every second. Losing myself by degrees. It's incredibly scary. I don't know how to deal with it. Sounds like you're facing an existential crisis just before death. And boy oh boy, there's probably an answer to that, but you're not gonna find it with Ned Kelly and this girl who deals with time. Actually came out to apologize for that game. Oh, for goodness sake, Maddie, have you been gambling again? Kishan, I shouldn't have taken that time from you. I took it fair and square. I don't feel like I did. Giving it back. Believe me, I'm as surprised as you are. I don't usually do this. It's different this time. That's my business. Can't believe you're still swindling people out of hours to try and fix your debt. Yo, I know. It's undignified. It's a clear violation of the rules. Banish you right now, my man. But you stopped pulling that crap once you took ownership from Shane. Really think doing this is going to help you pay this debt? Yep. Absolutely. If you've got any bright ideas on how to do it, otherwise I'm all ears. We should have never granted you and Shay those licenses to practice. You've obviously failed to be responsible with them. Really think we wouldn't be doing it if we didn't have the licenses, Bushman? Given your history, hypocrisy on display here is astounding. It's all behind me and you know it. Been working on doing some good for the last 100 years. Council? Really? Yup, we maintain balance. You know why that's important. Sure do. You moralizing at me, some ivory. Give it a rest, guys. What? Pulling the last day on Earth card. Put it. Smart man. I'm out. I'll be inside. Come find me when you want those hours back, Kishan. What it's worth? Sorry about all of this. I've never been to the other side. I was too afraid to leave. Walked the land for decades, evading the council. It's a crime they call revenancy, staying too long, setting the balance. But in lieu of booting me straight to the next place, or some sort of eternal punishment, the council will offer me a job. Sorry, that's all stuff you don't care about, I suppose. It's interesting enough. I'm just filling up. Air. You should head back inside and grab those hours back. If you're told, I'm not feeling especially fond of Manny right now. She might have been dishonest with you. Even I can tell she's at the end of her rope. You might not be able to see it yet. I think the people in there are funny. Yo, dude, you're like some rando who's rocked up to the cafe and you've done like nothing for them save for being like, my life, it sucks. Now give me a coffee. No, get me drunk. You think so? Maddie wouldn't have offered the hours back if there was something different. No, she was guilt tripped by Shay, yo. Plus, that kid Ashley seems to like you, yeah. Yes. Kinda just dragged me off and got me to hold screwdrivers for her. That sounds like what any arrogant kid would do. They're not gonna care if they, like, know who you are. Like, you're just gonna do whatever they want, trust me. She thinks you're great. Go on, go inside and say hi. I've got some business to go, stick my... That nose or hose? Nose into anyway. Rightio, catch you in a bit. I've got some questions about the council. Of course, I won't be out for long. Later, mate. Hey. Yo. Want those hours back? I guess so. Like 4 hours, I don't think it will make much difference. It's okay, I prefer that you have them. Ashley's been enjoying having you around. Just Ashley? Me too, I guess. seem pretty reluctant to admit. Psycho as me. Sit still for a minute. Alright, lay your hand on mine. Place your index finger on my wrist. Is it part of your ritual or just an excuse to hold hand? Just watch carefully, and no matter what you do, don't move your hand. There's usually a binding spell I use to make sure that doesn't happen. I've run out of the regents required. And you probably don't care about that. Alright, yeah. Give this time freely and without coercion. As above, so below. Maintain the balance. That's it. How do you feel? Feel better. Sitchy. Weren't kidding about that yesterday. As you linger, you begin to upset the balance, and as I understand, it doesn't feel good. Right, yeah. What is Nick? Nick, why does Ned get to stick around then? Does he just ignore it? Counts are a special case. They're more similar to demigods or demons. It's fascinating. Tell me about it. I'd have joined ages ago, but tight dicks. Seems so bad to me? It's because you've not run into any of the rules, blah, 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 a bunch of bloody regulations on manipulating life force and certain standards. The treatment of spirits. Is that why you gave me the owls back? Because Ned realized you broke the rules? No, that was all within the guidelines despite his blustering. Gave them back because I felt bad, that's all. Oh neat, so you pity me. But really into it. No, it's not like that at all. You don't need to clarify, get it. Yo. Last day on Earth. Moving on. Fine, sure, I'm sorry. Sorry, I've got to serve this customer. Really? It's probably not a two-person job. Yep. Come on. It's going to help serve this customer. Buddhist. pt2, 6 PM, the terminal. That is like flying by, what? Ew. Anything else that needs doing? Nah, I'm gonna take this tray of glasses into the kitchen. You can go chill for a bit. I'll take him back. You need a break. Sure. Where's the kitchen? That way. You'll find it eventually. Cool. Back in a minute. Pawns are nothing compared to the raw power of my castles. Nothing. Yeah? What's this then? Ah, my castle! Brought low by my own hubris. That was just a pawn. And maybe a little bit of hubris. Bishop, knight. Argh. Early castle and check, you say? Oh, I didn't think of that. You activated my trap card. Oh, hey Maddie, come check this out. Huh. I tricked him into a false sense of security. That's embarrassing. Seriously let her outmaneuver you that hard? Yep. I'm very ashamed. I suppose the real hubris was inside me all along. Love winning. I should try doing this more often. A chance win at chess. How could you grow into a winning streak, you know? You wanna play something with us? I should really head back down to the bar. There's nobody there. Take a load off. If anyone really needs you, they'll know where to find you. How about I grab us all a drink, make sure there's nobody waiting down there, then we play something. Won't be 5. You actually gonna come back this time? You never come back. I'll come back. Why don't you pick up the game while I'm gone? Let's find something, Ashley. What do you feel like playing today? Something, Something with lots of dice. Dice it is. We'll see you in a minute, Maddie. Oh, what's this? Oh, no, they're just playing a game. And that's why the 4th season of Rebuttal Royale was absolute betrayal. You still want to be on it one day. Well, yeah. Unless in indie circuit. Like in wrestling? Exactly like in wrestling. Open's got a local show. I want something like that. You'd probably put your own local league together if you... Perhaps you could build the robots and get people to battle them? Human-controlled robots are boring though. I want to get more of that spirit juice. And put together a bigger Ashley. How big? I think I'll start at car-sized, then move on to more of a bus-adjacent factor, okay? Not sure we have enough of those, enough to power one of those. You'd have to get Manny to source you a large amount of it. We need liters of it at least. That'd be super cool. Didn't you say it was illegal though? Technically. What Ned doesn't know won't hurt him. He'd lose his head if he knew half the things we were doing around here. I don't know, he seems fairly lenient with you, right? He wasn't always like that. A long time before you turned up, he nearly shut me down because I... Would you believe it's because I sheltered a criminal? Nerd nearly shut you down because of that? Am I thinking of the same criminal you are? Trust me, the irony was apparent. I found it very, very funny. What sort of criminal were they? Just the minor demon on the run. Don't know what she did to get a price on her head. Just took her in when she slumbled through the door, dripping blood everywhere. That's metal. It's extreme. How long did you manage to hide her for? Not too long. Maybe 6 weeks. Time flew by. Is that? Was she from the clock realm? No, nothing like that. We are bonded. Magically? How'd you do that? I thought I heard you telling Maddie that sort of thing was impossible between beings on this plane. No, not magically. We were... lovers. Ew. Yuck. Ew. Happy days. Love hearing about when you were young and reckless. What do you think I am now? Old and boring? Definitely old. Despite myself, I must say you're definitely not boring. There's that patented Maddie charm. You know me, I'm full of them. Yep. Charms. Hexes, curses. That's all on your account, old. Deny it. Hey, yo, Maddie. Hey dude, having trouble finding the kitchen? Yeah, I couldn't. Checked everywhere. It's just behind the bar, man. You can't miss it. Told you. Checked everywhere. Nah, you're not catching my drift. It's just behind the bar. Can't miss it. Have another look, it'll be there this time. Sometimes you gotta remind the quantum hallways that they exist. Fine. What? How long are we going to keep him here, Maddie? Oh, we're keeping him? No, we're not keeping him. I'm going to let him stay as long as he wants. He'll leave on his own accord at some point. Feel sorry for him? Really? Yeah. I don't usually get attached to customers, but he's a good dude. I like him. Do you like him because he's nice, or because he was good at passing your tools over? Don't get too attached. He's not going to be here forever. Duh, I know how it works. I'm going to enjoy having him around, just like you taught me. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. What's this quote from? Oh man, it's so cringe. Ashley, that's from the motivational calendar I threw out last week. I never said that. Same. I'm used to people moving on, is the point. I can deal with it. Good. Okay. Should just like throw a cup onto this guy's head. You gonna keep staring at the coffee stain or nah? Whatever. What do you want from this conversation? I'm an open book as far as matters of life and death are concerned. I don't want to go. I know you've probably heard this from, I don't know, 1,000 people or whatever. It's not about staying around for people or wanting to go back to my old life. As wonderful and not stressful as that sounds. Like, I'm not afraid of what lies on the other side. I don't think there's any point to worrying about it until there. I just don't think I've spent enough time here. Cafe? No. All this. Guess you'd call it this plane? Speaking, I suppose so. I want to know what you did to be able to stay. Sure. Maddie give you those hours back? Yeah, why? Well, that's the way. You just find enough hours to stay as a spirit. Here, I've gone. But it's a wretched existence. I wouldn't want to live. How would you find the hours though? There's only so many you can get from consenting beings, right? Crappy psychology of gambling aside. The question is, how do you want to create life from? The answer is that you can't, Kashan, it's impossible. There's always got to be some sort of balance maintained. Everyone who learns to manipulate the fundamental life forces understands that no matter whether they're doing good or bad things with their skills. Here's the thing though, you don't need both parties to agree. Wait, what? It's just a society, social nicety, something that separates us from, well, that's where the idea of vampires came from. I'm not special or anything. Anyway, if you can take life force from people, we can also drain it from animals or plants. Whoa, okay. But in this business, there's a lot we don't or can't understand. Things we can't understand is why life force from animals and plants is tainted. It was gross. If it didn't, everyone would take it. Consequences be damned. How are you feeling today before Maddie took the hours back? Felt like I was slipping away. My mind was really foggy. It was really hard to think or put sentences together. Nobody really noticed though. Typical. Imagine that, but 10 times worse. You're foggy, but there's also something fundamentally wrong. Like you're a collection of puzzle pieces that don't quite fit together. An engine that's running out of oil. Sounds horrifying. Right? So, should I do it? Probably not. How would I stay otherwise? I can always just go for the... What? The lamb? But you'd catch me. Not me personally, but yes, the council would eventually. That's it? That's my only option? Perhaps. Depends on how you feel about bonding your soul for eternity to a fundamentally neutral instance. I have no strong feelings about it, one way or another. Yeah. Funny joke about being neutral. Regret it if you stayed here forever instead of moving on? No, I guess that'd be up to me, right? You mean? In the end, how I feel about taking a big branch in my life is just a matter of how I frame it. Focus on what I'll regret, sure, but it's not a useful way to spend my time. Focus on the future? I think that's in the possibility space, outside of it. probably better for me, yeah. Maybe? Maybe. Sound convinced. I'm not. Just ambivalent on it. Try not to think about anything too hard these days. But if you're willing to accept eternal bondage with the council, I can keep you. Easy work though. You have to act in the best interest of the system, not individual plots. Bureaucracy at its finest. How did you learn to deal with it? It took some time. Too used to it? When you're used to it, you learn not to think too hard about it. As long as you take a holistic view of everything, it's generally shake out alright. Tend to only bother the biggest rule breakers anyway. Patty being one of them? Habitually. She wouldn't be getting so much leeway if it weren't for Shay. I don't understand that guy. He's nice, we've chatted a bit. What makes him so special? He's provided services in the past. I can count on one hand the number of people who know much about the manipulation of life forces as he does. He's been researching it for 100 years. Okay. He's that old? He looks like 60 max, dude. Yep, much older than that. Wild. Getting sidetracked though. Feel about joining the council. I don't hand out offers willy-nilly, you know. I'm interested, but some time to think about it. How much time do you have if you've been out for it? Wait, what? Nearly 25 hours? You're overdue. Put it on Maddie's tab. Okay. Assume you're not going to stick around for it. Unlikely if the next few hours are anything like how I felt this morning. I'll stick around until you have a solid answer then. Cool. Wanna get drunk? Already drinking, mate. Nah, Shay told me about something that's pretty special he's got behind the bar. Unless it's something really special, he's probably offered me some. Even then. So you've tried the bottled soul? You're pulling my leg? Got to be mistaken. You haven't seen it in person, have you? Actually I have seen it. It's quite illegal. Expected better from him. So we're going to drink it or not? Council regulations require me to confiscate it or force the owner to dispose of it. We'd be doing him a favor then, I suppose? Come on, dude. They said it'd knock you flat. When you say you, do you mean me or you? Just anyone who drinks it. Anyone. Like 200% alcohol or something. Not technically possible. I'll admit my interest is piqued. Well, let's not waste any time. This was a setup, wasn't it? Basically. You in? Boing! Oh, this looks deadly. Good thing dead people can't get alcohol poisoning. Hey. To bureaucracy. To bureaucracy. What has arrived? 3 days late, mate. Got held up by a mutual acquaintance of ours. Explain why he's in my hair. I'll be there in half an hour. This right here is the proper definition of an atheist. Whoa, okay, this is a lot of stuff. Okay, chat, I think I'm done with this game for tonight. I've done my fair share of reading and oh man, I can't get over how slow this game progresses. But that's okay, I guess that's just how visual novels go. But stick around. I'm probably gonna boot up something different now to play through for.